at 11. It was a messy commute this morning as another powerful storm slammed Southern California, bringing snow, rain, and flooding. I really hope you're staying safe out there. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. NBC4 is tracking conditions and damage on our roads as this powerful storm starts to move out. Here's what it looks like outside right now. Heavy rain is starting to move out, but we're still going to see scattered showers throughout the day. NBC4 has you covered from the mountains to the coast, and our crews are checking out storm damage. But let's begin with meteorologist Kelly Moody with the first alert forecast. And Kelly, I heard you mention we could be dealing with some winds now.
Yeah, winds are next on our to-do list for this storm system. We're still seeing some left behind showers, nothing too significant, just a few that have been passing through Riverside in toward Ontario, some spotty showers, and continuing to see some spotty snow showers up for our mountains where we still have a winter weather advisory and a winter storm warning. But the winds are picking up. Take a look at some of these peak wind gusts that we've seen so far. Peak wind gusts there recorded of 24 miles per hour for Oxnard. We're seeing between 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts for other spots like Santa Clarita and Thousand Oaks. More wind to come as we head toward the later evening hours because we also have a wind advisory that will go into effect. But scattered showers will remain. These are also Santa Ana winds that are coming our way, which is a little bit unique for this kind of a system. 15 to 25 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. So we have to think about all that debris that was just brought down during our morning commute from the stormy weather. Now it could get lofted as we continue to work with gusty winds. Plus, we've still got some challenging travel conditions up and down from those areas of higher elevation. So we are for sure going to be tracking those conditions for you as well. But here's the good news. Your weekend forecast is improving. There's Mountain High behind you, or behind me. We'll take a look at that a little later on. But temperatures are going to be jumping up to the 70s and 60s with just some spotty showers for tomorrow morning. Annabelle?
All right, looking forward to it, Kelly. Thank you. And we're keeping an eye on the Eaton Fire burn scar area in Altadena. We've seen issues with mud flowing onto some roads out there. NBC4's Guad Venegas is live in Altadena with the conditions there. Guad, have you seen any major issues?
Annabelle, we saw hard rain earlier today. We started our coverage at about 4 a.m. It was coming down pretty hard, and just after 6 a.m. we saw some of the mud come down onto the street. Now, I came here about a week ago when we first started this storm coverage. There was no mud on this street. There was some behind this K-rail that had made its way down weeks before. There's 2 K-rails under that mud that have now been covered in the last few days, and you can see what it's like now. Essentially, this K-rail has been holding up all the mud that's been coming down in the last few days. There's about an inch of mud on this street. It's pretty thick. It was shut down this morning. They're allowing traffic to come through now. And one of the neighbors here told me earlier that this has been happening the last few days, and there are vehicles. There's a bulldozer with the county here that's been picking up a lot of this mud. Now, as we were going live at about 6:30, it began raining even harder, and we saw how fast what came from a small stream turned into a river of water and mud making its way down right in this area. You can't see it now, but it was within seconds we saw the flow of this mud coming down hard. Now, fortunately, it stopped raining as soon as that mud made its way down. That flow came down for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we saw some of the vehicles come by. You can see one of the Public Works vehicles coming by right now. We've seen dump trucks and bulldozers make its way up and down this street. This is Loma Alta here in Altadena. We've also done some rounds in the area towards Sierra Madre and all of this neighborhood that's right next to all these burn scars. Fortunately, this is the only area that we've seen that's had this mud flow. But again, the K-rails have been able to hold it there, and the bulldozers have been going around picking up a lot of the mud as this has been happening these last few days. Annabelle?
Yeah, just a little bit of the damage from this storm there. Guad, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for that. And this storm is also bringing heavy snow to the San Bernardino Mountains. Several cars got stuck in the snow along Highway 18 near Big Bear. Even Caltrans had trouble clearing the roads because of all of the stranded cars there. And in eastern LA County, a problem that keeps repeating itself because of the saturated ground. News Chopper 4 was over a house in La Habra Heights about 2 hours ago. A huge tree came down on top of it. You see it there. This is on East Cashland Road. Fortunately, there are no reports of any injuries. And in Westlake, this massive tree fell on top of a car. The driver inside is okay and is telling his story today only to NBC4. Brittany Hope is live at the corner of Olympic and Alvarado. Brittany, you've been there all morning long. What's the status with the tree and the car there?
The good news is that Olympic is back open to traffic, so people who are driving by would have no idea the mess that happened here this morning. But if you look at this dirt plot, this is where that giant tree uprooted this morning and landed on the road at the same time a father was driving by.
Called my wife. My son and my wife came, and first thing my son said was, you know, Dad, that's some Final Destination stuff. You're lucky to be alive. Yep. And it was raining, it was windy, and when I got to almost the intersection of Olympic and Alvarado, I saw this huge tree coming down. My reflexes was to brake, and then when I saw a tree coming down, I went ahead and crunched down and got into a curl just to stay low because I feared that, you know, the top was going to come down. Glass fell on me. I don't have any scratches. I got a little bit of pain on my neck and my back, but that's about it. I was able to get out of the car walking. Some good Samaritans, they helped me get out. I was in the middle lane. If I was in the last lane closest to the curb, I would be dead. Wouldn't be here. I thank God. Yeah. I think what you said, maybe I'll go buy a lottery ticket. I mean, it's God saved me.
An incredible story of survival. There's another incredible part of this story, too. So the owner was actually able, once all the tree was taken away, to drive the car to the side of the road so that it could get towed. It was drivable after all of that. And again, no scratches on him. Just incredible. And we're so grateful that he talked with us this morning. We're reporting in Westlake, Brittany Hope, NBC4 News.
Boy, emotional. Gosh, thank you so much for that, Brittany. Thank you. The rain is to blame for a lot of damage. Many underground parking garages completely flooded. NBC4's Lauren Coronado joins us live from Palms, where people will be making some insurance claims today. Lauren.
Annabelle, they absolutely will be. We're talking about more than a dozen car owners whose cars are now damaged. We are at an underground parking garage right now, one you just referenced, and I want to show you the progress that has been made. The water came all the way up to some of the car doors, the door handles, that is. You can kind of see that marking on that Honda right there. What a wake-up call for a lot of these drivers, a lot of the folks who live in these apartment complexes who had no idea just how bad the flooding was. I spoke with one woman a moment ago who tells me she's still in shock.
So I have no idea, and it's a hybrid. I don't even know how that works. So I don't know. I have no idea what the damage is going to be like, if I'm going to have to get it in, if it's going to be a total loss. I have no idea.
Lizette Moran lives in this apartment complex on Kelton Avenue off Venice Boulevard here in Palms. She says she got a text from her property manager early this morning saying the underground parking structure was flooded. But again, she just had no idea it was going to be this bad. And a couple complexes down, also here on Kelton Avenue, another underground parking structure flooded.
And as soon as I went down, also I could see the water inside of every car, because I went to check neighbors' cars as well. And yeah, unfortunately for me, I just got new car like a week ago, literally a week ago, and that's why I parked them all inside.
You just feel for them. Both of those tenants say they have new cars, and you can see the water went up to some car hoods. Again, more than a dozen cars impacted. Igor, the gentleman you just heard from, says he parked 3 of his cars in the garage. 2 of the cars he uses for work, and he was expected to use them today. Now he's stuck making calls to his insurance company, trying to figure out what could be covered. By the way, neighbors say the last time they saw flooding like this here was about 10 years ago. Back out here live as you continue to see workers clean up the mess. Believe it or not, it's looking much better than it was earlier this morning. We got out here at 5 o'clock this morning as they were using pumps to drain the garages. Now you can see they're sweeping. We're starting to see more people finally get a look inside of their cars as well, because a lot of people didn't know how bad the damage was. So we just saw one gentleman. He brought out some mats from his car. They were soaking wet. He had some clothes with him too. So this will definitely be a tough morning for a lot of people who've been impacted by all of this. Of course, we'll keep you posted with the latest on conditions and anything weather related on our NBCLA app. Reporting live, I'm Lauren Coronado, NBC4 News.
You just feel for them. I mean, having to go through this as the holidays approach.